Okay, this is going to be our first episode of Russian Reviews, where my husband teaches me to be the best FPS player in the world. We're going to review a Fortnite match that we did. It was a duo, but then you got booted from your computer, and I ended up playing the match by myself and clutching victory. That's right.
So I think the number one strategy is play without me. It's easier.
Yeah, I mean, I had some good luck, for sure. I feel like the Fortnite gods rebalanced things once he got kicked out, you know? Like the circles closed in my favor. They were in my corner. Those all the llamas I sacrificed once upon a time. See, landing. Got shotguns.
All right.
Right out of this guy's, claws. Chased him down. Have a little trouble going through the window. He was fast.
Well, those hits are not show the damage.
I don't know if in this mode it shows the damage.
I think it looked like hits.
Makes it harder for you to evaluate without the damage, I guess.
Well, at first I was like, huh? You missed him? I was going to say something. Like, no, I think it's the mode. At least it's not showing that. I think Fortnite gets you so used to those visual cues where, like, you don't even want to, like it takes the thinking out of it.
That's very true, yeah. I liked this playthrough because it's kind of like a movie, you know?
You're playing like, what's it called? Like Snake and Metal Gear Solid, huh?
I don't know what
Stealth.
that reference. Yeah.
It's like the stealth game plays.
So I feel like ratting is okay if you were part of a team and you got left, right? Because I'm half a team. So I feel like ratting is the pro acceptable play.
I mean, ratting is a style as long as you get the win.
Yeah.
That's what matters in the Battle Royale game.
That's true. But do you think it's more acceptable being that we were in a duo and I went solo?
Yes, it is generally the smarter play if you're outnumbered is to play in a position where you can give yourself the strategic advantage.
Well, I like to get into good positions. Oh, yep, they tagged me a little bit. They barely... Actually, I don't think they actually got my health. I think it hit that 50 shield.
They didn't crack the shield by the sound of it.
So I squirreled out of there. I was going to sneak up and get them, but they were rolling together. Pretty close-knit duo, so I yeeted. And this is where I got the idea that I was going to do a stealth run to the end. Use the camouflage and see if that could give me the advantage I needed to actually win. You know, spoiler alert, I do win, so.
You kind of thought about it and like,
Yeah, it came back like, yeah, you know what, let's do that. Because I had the shotguns, and I thought that might be the play to get close enough to use those shotguns on them. Because if you can get, like, just that little bit of advantage, that can turn things out in your favor, I guess. Fortnite's one of the games where I actually see the people coming because they're brightly colored. They're easy to see in the environment, unlike PUBG or what's that other game?
I didn't even realize there was loot in those things.
Oh no.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
It's
it's not great loot, but yeah, they'll have some stuff in there. Thinking.
Got the half pots, huh?
Oh, I guess I did. Maybe I'll go back up there and get it. Yeah, that's the thing. I do hear your voice in my head saying, "Don't just stand out in the open."
So this is a habit that you really have to break. I guess it doesn't matter so much in Fortnite because you pretty much can never get one shot killed except for like the heavy sniper rifles, or if you don't have enough shield. But
Then I got eyes on this team. And that's when I start to get a little bit, you know, ornery. Like, yeah, I'm gonna tussle. So. This could have ended very badly.
kind of teasing them, you know?
Yeah. Guerrilla warfare. I'm going full predator mode here. See, they're shooting, I think, the bush next to me.
I don't know how they can't see someone who's got bright red hair and bright golden wings and horns.
Fortnite's like a T-Rex vision. It's like, you know, motion based. If you stand still, you know, they can't see you.
From someone who's used to looking at gray on gray color, I would say no. Let's see. Alright. Gonna move on.
Yeah, they pushed forward, so I came up and took their bush. So upgrade. This is the Enforcer.
Yeah, that rifle's... It's really bad, but at really long ranges, it's actually better in my opinion, because you can just... If you tap very quickly and accurately, you can do a lot more damage than the Deadeye rifle.
The MK too, for sure.
Yeah. The thing I don't like about the MK is it does even less damage. It's like... It's abysmal. I think the headshot damage is like 25 at long range. At least this season. I think they nerfed it from before.
I think so too. I remember
I feel
the
like
gun
it used to be
being
so much
better.
better. It was like a
yeah.
laser gun.
The Deadeye's kind of become my go-to gun in this season, but they might, you know, change things around again. They're squirreling out again.
This game would actually be tolerable if it wasn't for all the yeety things.
I think you can play an OG mode and they don't have them.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I do remember shockwaves, I think, in that.
You gotta have shockwaves. Those
Yeah,
are the
I
best.
guess. As long as they're like very rare, like they should be very rare. They shouldn't be the item that everyone's able to get.
You know what season I really loved was the aliens. Everyone hated it. I loved it so much because there were so many yeety things. And you could like really just BS people with these spaceships. Just like take their dropped buddies and like yeet them out of zone. It was amazing. And then the hammers were really fun. People going all over the place in those.
Yeah, you like throw them around and I'd shoot them. Destroy all their stuff.
I had a quest to dance near Human Bill, and I wasn't sure who Human Bill was. I was dancing next to this guy, and they did not like it.
Wait, they dance with you first, and then they shoot you after dancing? What?
Yeah, it's like they got like an aggro timer. Like, if you're just there long enough, then they're like, you know what, you gotta die, yeah. I started recording in MP4, which is a different format, so the stutters stick, but the quality's much better. I think it's worth it for the quality.
Ooh, purple Enforcer, look at that.
Yeah.
See, now you could do like 67 to 70 damage a headshot. That's what I like about that gun. Yeah, that one time we had the legendary one, I didn't even have a Deadeye and we clapped.
Staying very much on the outskirts, going bush to bush. I mean, if you get a duel that's together, you're going to be dropped in a second. You just don't have a chance. So you really got to kind of stealth it. It'll take like a very short amount of time with those beaming you.
Just kind of finding loot and hiding. It's good. Keeps you safe.
So I should have kept the visuals on. I'll do that next time. But I'm just at the edge of circle right now, which you'll see.
Yep.
So I wanted to stay like at the very edge of circle. So I could see people pushing in so no one would come up behind me. And this was like just perfectly positioned. And I thought I could jump out the window or something if I needed to get out of there.
See, this is another little thing that works kind of in Fortnite, where you can sit there kind of by a window and it's not that scary.
Yeah. You got a chance. It's not like...
I mean, they can maybe see you, but it's going to be a lot harder for them to hit you.
Yeah.
I think you learnt that on your first match in PUBG with me. That if you stand next to a window, that usually results in instantaneous knock.
Yeah, that was quick. I couldn't see him. I couldn't move because I was like scanning, trying to find the guy, and I was like, I have to like see this person to see if I can see them, and of course, I'll get there. I think I'll learn to spot people better. It's easy in Fortnite because it's very colorful.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, is if Fortnite didn't have the visual cues, it would also help you learn the skills where you develop like the picking up.
Remember when we were clutching in squads?
Yeah.
That was fun. We accidentally played as a duo in squads, and then because we did so good, we kept doing it for a bit, and we were actually holding our own pretty well. That was back when we were playing pretty often, though. I was a much better player, I think, then.
I remember that one time in squad where I hit to AFK in like the last circle, and you guys all died, and somehow I came back, and it was just me and the one person, and he was like right next to me, didn't even realize.
Doesn't check the one bush in this tiny little zone. You're just AFK there. It was awesome. They just turn around and just shoot him. It was amazing. I remember back when you had to play with the builders. And we were at the edge of that canyon. I think it was like the Marvel season with like the Spider-Man complex that was kind of like in the ground, you know, the city. And we were up on the edge and they started building up like this intricate tapestry of stuff, like super building over to us. And we just kind of gave up shooting at it because we weren't knocking anything down. Then they popped out right next to us and we all beat them at the same time. Just instantly like explosion of their stuff down the crown. We won. I have that recorded somewhere just because it was, their building was so impressive, and then the second they popped out, we just bam. I still cannot build. I'm really impressed with people who can build really fast.
I don't want to build. Yeah, I feel like it's a skill only in this game.
I totally would if I could. Like, if I could be an awesome builder, I would. I've tried, and I'm just not very good at it.
It's interesting that I noticed you're running around with the shotguns a lot.
Yes.
I would.
Yeah.
I usually stick to a longer range weapon first, just in case.
Well, I thought coming around that bend that I would be like up close and personal.
Is that...
My plan was to get up close to someone with that camouflage and blast them with the shotguns.
Yeah, it did happen to me once in this season when that guy squirreled to me and with invisibility, but...
See, I'm a little nervous here because I'm kind of in the open. There's nowhere to really hide. still sticking to that edge of zone.
That works. It's the best you got. There's no tactical proning in this game. Can't be one with the grass. Isaac, I didn't see you up there.
Yeah. I didn't see them till after they started moving like that.
I guess they weren't peeking over, but with third person view, you expect people to see you before they actually come out.
Well, it's fortunate I camouflaged when I did, because I think a second later they would have seen me.
Ooh, we'll get some flying in. Huh.
Yep.
Nice.
I took them out. My bush.
Well, they got scared of you. You didn't even need to shoot. They're just like, yep, I'm out.
This is pro ratting. Ratting
This is intense. You must have been like, what the hell? Where did you come from?
I went back to being invisible.
That's definitely something. This is
Yeah, I was constantly at the edge of my seat. These final circles here. An interesting position choice, because I could have gone in the building, but I didn't. Called the enforcer.
Sometimes being in the open does work out better actually than being in cover. Just really depends. It's to be like one of those things where like you could just feel it, like this is better than being inside.
Could see their footsteps at this point, so yeah, I think that they're up on the bridge. They're right there. And we begin the final hippity hoppity.
Alright,
yeah.
Nice.
And there was a clutched.
Really good game.
Yeah, the way to rat to victory.
Hey, it works. I mean, you gotta do what works, really.
I like my new.
I think you played it quite well in the positioning. That's why, even though you're at the disadvantage, you were able to get like right behind a guy. Play really safe. Play to your advantage. Where you get up close with the shotguns. The enforcer rifle would have been harder to fight those long range ones, especially 2v1. Even if you knock someone by the time their buddy gets around the corner.
Okay, well, thanks. I mean, what do you grade me on this play?
I think it was like a solid 8.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is you played to your advantages, right? You didn't just grab a gun and run out and shoot people or go pick a fight, because you knew that would be much more difficult and be a high chance you just get killed. Even if you knock one of them, by the time you finish them or reload, their buddy will come in and you probably already take damage from the first firefight. Just puts you at a disadvantage. You played it real safe. You got good positioning. You focused on hiding, but because you focused on hiding, it allowed you to get positions where you could just shoot the guy who wasn't even looking at you, or shoot the guy up close where you had the advantage and he didn't even know you were there. So yeah, this is how you got the win. You played well, played to your advantages.
I like that. That's a good review. Starting off strong with our Russian reviews. 8 out of 10. Not much room for improvement, one could say.
Wow, that's how you get the victories. It's not like you just like got a random lucky victory where it's like, wow, If anything, is you have that advantage as well for me, because I feel sometimes when you feel like you lack the confidence, in the firefights, you play more withheld, but it allows you to play more like, all right, well, let me think of how I can escape, how I can just have a getaway.
I like to think of myself like Victoria from Twilight. Her gift is evasion.
Yeah.
I'm really good at getting away when I need to. That's
Like
my
I said,
special
you're an escape
skill.
artist.
You're the shooter and I'm the escape artist. So we come
See,
together.
that's why with me, it's like I know I could play something smarter and better, but I usually just choose the all right. I'm just gonna rough it out and see how that turns out. And a lot of the time when you're playing like this, especially if I play solo, you have to be a lot smarter and be a lot more strategic about what you can and can't do.
Okay, well that's gonna wrap it up. And yeah, thanks for
You're welcome.
listening. Yeah.